Hey everybody, welcome to another After Effects CS6 tutorial, and my name is Buddy Blackford. In this tutorial, I want to show you how to create an intense lighting effect that simulates like when your eyes are like almost like blinded by light and everything kind of looks blurry, but still like very lit up. So the way we're going to do that is by using an effect called CC Light Burst 2.5, and this is in After Effects CS6. And we're going to apply it as an adjustment layer, and I'm going to go over how it works as on just any old layer and how it works as an adjustment layer, because it works differently. So let's get started, and what I am going to do is just delete out my layer that I have here. Actually, I want to show you what it kind of looks like and what you can do with it. I just made a simple animation with it, so let's check it out. It kind of simulates when someone maybe wakes up in the morning and they're looking up at the sky and maybe they see this logo in their face somehow. And you can keyframe how intense it is and how intense it isn't. So this is what you can kind of do with it, and this is what I'm going to show you how to do. So let's I'm going to delete out my adjustment layer that I have here, and we're just going to start out with a solid background, because I want to show you how it works. Actually, we'll just start out like this, and I'm going to show you how it works in like a picture like this. So I've picked out a picture that has a realistic looking light source coming from the back that would possibly be pretty bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an adjustment layer, and I go to Layer, New, Adjustment Layer. I'm going to come up onto the effects panel, but I'm going to right click on this and go to Effect, Generate CC Light Burst 2.5, and this is the default settings that it comes out with. Now this doesn't look too realistic because of the way we're looking at things. So the light source should be coming up from here, but instead it looks like it's coming from straight behind. So what we need to do is move this center right here, and if I click on this little crosshairs, it brings up the a cursor where I can set the light source from wherever I want. So I click from here, and now it looks more like I'm looking down at the logo, and the light source is coming from the middle here, and you can see the rays that are coming out. Now we've got our intensity here, and we've got our ray length. These are your main things that you want to use. So if we lower the intensity, just watch what happens to the scene. It doesn't. You can see where from the center it lowers the light source and everything like that. So if I just increase it a little, that was a little change, and if I increase it a lot, you can see how much it blows out and everything else onto the scene. Now we got our ray length here, which is going to change how long these rays are on like the logo and on the background and everything. Basically how long it's blurred out, kinda. So if I put this down to something like 10, the ray length is way less. If I put it to something like 30, the ray length is almost half of what it was last time. And if I'll do something like 100, it's gonna be way like blurred out, which is fine sometimes. So I'll keep it on 50 right now. Now we've got our burst here, which is a drop-down menu that has 3 different sections. So we've got fade, which is the one that you most likely usually want to use. You got straight, which in the fade, your light rays fade out into pretty much like fade out into like nothing, and in the straight here, the light rays don't fade out. You can see the word delicious spa again, and the it kind of like extends like a blurry version of the logo. And then you also have center, which pretty much comes just brings everything from the center and everything like that. And you can see what these do better on the on just like a solid background, but there's the idea of that. Then you got halo alpha, and our background doesn't have an alpha, so it's gonna just do nothing. And we've got set color, which is kind of useless and does this. You can end up picking a color, and I mean, pretty much just like it just does something like that, where you can lower the opacity if you want. It just pretty much picks a huge color, and there is intensity in the background. So if I turn this up, maybe you can see how it gets intensified. There's like a light source looking thing there that you can use. So that's how that works. Usually I don't use set color. It's not that great. So that's how it works as an adjustment layer. Now we can keyframe things in here. So let me change this back to fade because that's the most natural. And it'll just come in like 1 second, and then we can keyframe the ray length and the intensity. And then over time we can just lower those. Let's lower it to 0 and I don't know, like 0 again. Let's see what that looks like. And then if I do a RAM preview, it's gonna do that thing that I do the animation that I had last time. Now I'm RAM previewing it right now so we can see what's going on.